So here I have gathered a mixture of cooking apples and a few russets at the bottom, just from the garden. So today I am going to experiment with a apple and blackberry sedge crumble. Now this is just in preparation for a foraging event that I'll be doing in September, but let's see how it works with two versions. One of them is to make a rare, like a raw fruit base and just add the crumble topping onto that. The second is to do just a standard crumble, cook the fruit, see how that turns out. I mean, the pears are coming along nicely this year too. And at some point we'll have figs. We'll have figs growing. I do not think any came out this year. All the damsons have fallen, so I'm probably going to try and harvest these later on to make a jam. Here are all the ingredients, well, the main ones at least, to make the crumble. The only additions is butter and sugar. That's the only two things that have not been foraged to create this dish. So the process that I'm going to do next is to make the crumble, which involves adding some chunks of butter, adding some sugar, making it into like these little lumps to bake in the oven. After that, well, during the cooking process for the crumble, I will do two things. One is that I will blend the apples in the blender to make a raw base, which I'll stir some blackberries into, and try that as a raw substitute, adding a little bit of sugar perhaps just to bring the flavour through. And the second one is to make a standard crumble, so cutting the apples up into small chunks, adding the blackberries and cooking in sugar and butter. So that is the two options, and which I'll play around with today. Let's see how it goes. So this is the result. I kind of foregoed the whole cooking, and I just, after stirring in the demerara sugar into the sedge flour, and then kneading in the butter, turned out that was quite a delicious crumble as it was. So I put all the ingredients together for the base, and just blitzed them. So that's the result, a bit of double cream on top, and there we have it, a raw, completely raw, maybe apart from the cream, sedge, pendulous sedge and blackberry and apple crumble. Turned out great. I mean, without any cooking. It was crunchy, it was nutty, the double cream went perfectly with the fruit compote. So there we go. I might just leave the recipe as this. Better for you because you haven't cooked and destroyed a lot of nutrition in the fruit. So there we go. A complete success. A raw fruit pendulous sedge crumble. So this is the cooked version of the crumble. There was just a simple pan fry process, chopped fruit, sugar, butter, till it all softened and came together. And then I pan fried the crumble too, just to give it a little bit more of a crunchy sensation. Add a little bit of cream on the side. Don't know if the light's too good here. There we go. So this was also a success. It's also delicious. The flavours change completely. You get it mellows out in a way, and the apple kind of thickens and creates quite a nice crumble type, what you'd associate with a crumble essentially. The raw version was just as good, but there was a lot more of a tang to it. then for me I prefer that. So there you go, 2 types of Pendulous Sedge, Blackberry and apple crumble.